Hello, everybody. As Teens Discuss, I am Grace, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Nick,
Matrix,
and Lucas.
Today's topic that we are discussing is abortion, and my views on it, I believe abortion should be legal.
I agree with her, except when we can detect a heartbeat. Matrix?
I have mixed emotions, but I will get into that later.
Lucas?
I believe that. I love our hand signal, guys. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. I believe that abortion should be illegal.
Alright. Quoting from your guy, Ben Shapiro.
So now that we
Please
were
talk about why
What?
you would.
we were recording earlier and then
It crashed for some reason.
yeah, it crashed, sadly. But we're back now, and so now I would like to bring up my favorite, my idol, my biggest idol, my
Just
biggest
say
fan,
it already. Dang.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Ben
really.
Shapiro, the man, the myth, the legend, who
Okay.
said,
Hypothetically, of course.
hypothetically, of course. God, you love it.
Ben Shapiro, a real person.
I feel like he's a
Yes.
social
He
experiment.
sounds like a character off of Victorious.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds
You guys are making fun of Ben Shapiro, but
He looks like
He's your
Greta
baby daddy.
Thunberg. Like him and Greta look alike.
Who's Greta?
She's an activist.
Okay,
Oh,
moving on.
the girl with Asperger's.
Lucas, you
Yeah.
were saying?
Right.
yeah. So I truly believe that even if you can't detect a heartbeat from the second that the fertilization has started, I would consider it a human being. From the embryo on, it is a human being.
I feel the same way.
I respectfully disagree with you. Because it's literally cells. It's not living yet. It doesn't have the
But
7
Once
characteristics
it gets
of
a
life.
heartbeat, then it's a living person.
You guys
I
were
don't
in a
agree either
heartbeat,
because
but
it's
y'all
not
were still...
breathing, and that's one of the characteristics of life is
But it can
getting an oxygen in your lungs and exhaling carbon dioxide.
Yeah, and then we're gonna come back to
Pacemaker.
yeah. So if you're living, okay,
And yes, you're a human. If you're
Right,
on a
if you're
pacemaker,
living-
you are a human.
right.
Because
So
you've
what
already-
what do you consider living?
You're
I've considered-
breathing, living, you have brain
Yeah.
activity.
Your heartbeat, right? Like what you said, heartbeat. Which is
Once
what
you first detect a heartbeat in an embryo, then it's a living human until its brain stops functioning when it dies.
Okay, so and then we're gonna come back
A
to what
person-
Ben Shapiro said, which God, I love that man. I tell you what,
He's a little bit,
All right, are
When
we
it comes
having
to
a
Ben
sponsor
Shapiro.
or something?
Ben Shapiro,
Are we
please
getting
sponsor
sponsored
us.
by the KKK? Sorry. Bad joke, but me and Nick think it's funny.
They're gonna come after me. Stop.
They're gonna come after me too.
We're
Kinda
not
scary.
safe now.
Sorry
Thanks a lot,
guys, me and
Grace.
Nick are the only people that are hosting the podcast from now on.
Me and Matrix, we don't know what happened.
We gotta go. Peace.
Bye.
We're back, bitches.
And we just talked for the
I
whole
thought we weren't
episode.
supposed to cuss, Matrix.
Well,
I
mom's
said bleep
listening.
it out, but y'all don't want to listen to me.
yeah, we're not bleeping. No, we're not bleeping anything.
Oh,
That's
I
supposed
don't
to be
care.
raw.
It's my mouth.
As long as I don't cuss my dad.
But anyways, I feel like abortion. I understand where y'all coming from. Where like if it's not a heartbeat, it's not living. But at the same time, that's still something that you're carrying inside of you, which is technically alive. So it's kind of like just because it doesn't have a heartbeat does not mean it's not alive. But I feel like I understand if some people get abortion. Some people that have been through rape, they done been messed up. I understand all that, but I feel like if you're just killing the baby just because you don't want it, I feel like you shouldn't kill it. Get up for adoption. Some people can't have babies.
But the problem
Do you
with
realize how
putting
corrupt the adoption system
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, our-
They lost my uncle. My mom hasn't seen him since she was 5.
But not all.
Adoption isn't always the best answer.
Yeah, because so many
True.
kids don't go unadopted for their whole entire life, and they're screwed up whenever they become.
And when they leave the system,
yeah.
they don't have anything.
But that's
True.
not always the case. It happens to most people, but some people do find a good home.
So you
So let's talk about. Now
So
that
you
we've
think we
kinda-
should screw up a whole entire percentage of the population just to give a little percent of that help?
It's like capitalism. It only
Shut up. We're not talking about that yet.
it's only good for some people, like billionaires. But
I
anyways,
disagree, but we're not on capitalism. I respectfully disagree.
I respectfully want to go back to the topic. Please.
So I would like to, since it's kind of related, should we talk about adoption and foster care.
I mean, I feel like we
like
can be
the
on
system-
abortion
episode
for a
we
while.
have like one major episode and another minor one.
I feel
do
like
it
we can go
somehow.
on abortion for a while, and then we can get to adoption, because
Yeah.
abortion is a lengthy subject.
Yes, it is. It is. It really is.
I feel like
So none of us have kids yet. Luckily,
Because thank God.
I've seen people
You
with
don't
kids
know
that are
that.
aged. Don't
I've
worry.
seen
have a
I've seen a
5-year-old
video
son,
of this
you don't
girl, and
even
she's
know.
pregnant at 12.
Yeah, because
That's
her
crazy.
uncle raped her, right?
No.
There was a
Yeah.
little
That was
girl
not
that
the
was
video
raped
I
by
was
her
watching.
dad.
That
And
was
she had
not
a
the
baby
video.
at 4.
Boy, that was not the video.
Not the video. Anyway.
No. You know what else? I feel like abortion, like, even though I don't like it, I understand sometimes where people come from. Sometimes they can't take care of it. Sometimes they don't want it. Sometimes they didn't know. Sometimes they were raped. But at the same time, you're killing an innocent life.
So you-
I'd rather-
Okay, so you
No, it-
agree with it, but you discourage it. That's what
Yes.
you're saying.
Like,
All right.
and you do what you want to do. It's your body.
I
I can't
personally
force
wouldn't-
you,
But you
to not
disapprove
do
of it.
something with your own body. That's your
I
decision.
personally wouldn't have an abortion, but if a
But-
13-year-old girl who has been raped and
Right.
is carrying a baby,
That's
I'd
what
rather
I
have
said.
her have an abortion
So
than her
you agree-
dying
so
during
That's
birth.
where I
That's what
agree.
was trying
So
to
Lucas,
say.
you agree it should be illegal, but for some cases like that,
Yes.
for rape and other stuff,
For
like
if
that,
it causes danger to the woman that is carrying it,
then you
yes.
can-
That's what
okay.
I was trying to say from the
Alright.
beginning. See,
Yeah,
we all
I like
agree
that.
on
It's
this
just
one.
pro-choice with steps, certain circumstances.
I'm more pro-life because I don't think you should, if you can't take
That's
care
what
of
I'm
it,
saying.
that's your
certain
fault.
circumstances.
You know what else?
I mean, it's
if
not
you
always
can't-
the person's
Yeah, I
fault.
agree. If you can't take care of it, that's your fault. What were you expecting with having unprotected sex? A Lamborghini? No.
But sometimes
Come
people
on.
wrap it up, but still end
Pull
up
up game
pregnant.
week.
Though.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Yeah.
I've learned that.
Even with tinfoil, it's still better than nothing.
What? Lucas, do you have something to say?
Next topic.
I think Lucas has a
Lucas is
child.
over here just pounding
Just so
anybody
y'all know,
he
we're
can.
14.
Anyways,
That's teens.
we need to
discuss.
forget that. We need to remember that people's parents are going to be listening to this. So
We
please
don't
try.
care. This is
I
us.
care.
They don't know who we are.
Me and Matrix got them strict parents.
We do. My mom will cut me off in a second. So let's
Just
go
so
on
you
to
guys,
Y'all gonna have
just
two
so you guys,
people.
Matrix is black and Grace is Latina. That's some big stereotypes which are proven.
It's not always the case, but when
And
my
I'm a
parents,
stereotype that
Case.
will chop you up in a second. I will kill you cold blood.
Sometimes stereotypes.
not all the time, but
No.
Sometimes.
I was about to
You
agree
stay
with
on
you.
stereotypes, but we're not gonna get into that.
We ain't gonna get
that's
into
for a
that
whole
debate
nother
yet.
Just so
episode.
you guys,
Next,
I'm not racist. I just like dark humor. All right, love you guys.
And I'm gonna disagree with that too, but we can have a whole.
but we
nother
can have a
episode.
whole discussion about that later.
No, I'm saying I don't like dark humor. I feel
I don't
like
like it neither, but we can talk about that on a
Yeah.
whole
I feel
different
like you
episode.
should
Back to
dark
the
humor,
abortion.
You should make fun of your own trauma, because it's way more funnier. Like when I unexpectedly make a joke about how my grandpa suddenly had a heart attack and passed away, it's a lot more funnier than me telling a black person they were a slave. Personally, but
But he ain't a slave, you know that.
Respectfully disagree.
I like how it's the white
how
people.
do I
who-
say this?
I like how it's
You're
I like
racist.
how it's the two white people who like dark humor, but the people.
Does
of
that show
color-
your character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that
yes.
show who you are as a person?
I
Yes.
don't
We're
like
privileged
that.
bitches. Yeah. Sorry about
I
that.
mean, me and Matrix don't have the best of privilege, so
I know.
I feel like we should have a say in that too.
Mhm.
But anyways, back to abortion.
Because we're not finna get into this.
We can have
No,
a
I
whole
will
nother
kick both of
discussion
y'all
on this.
asses later. Next, you know what else I feel about
Don't threaten
abortion?
me with a good time.
Shut up. Let me speak. You know what else I feel about abortion? Even though I don't like it, sometimes it's something you have to do. Sometimes. Like, if a girl, if her body's not fully developed to have a baby, I understand, get rid of it. But, and I also understand, like, if the baby has a disease or if it's doing something that's permanently going to hurt you, I feel like, you know, that's the best thing to do. But just don't kill an innocent life just because you don't want it.
And then I don't feel like banning abortion wouldn't do anything, because in Middle Eastern countries they have banned abortion and people still find a way to have
I feel like
illegal
abortion's
abortions,
not
and that
going
raises
anywhere.
the
Yeah,
death.
coat hangers can help a lot.
Don't be creepy.
I feel like abortion's not going anywhere.
No, it's not going
Like,
anywhere. for
banning
you
long.
can
it isn't
ban
gonna
it
go
as
anywhere
lo-
either.
Right.
Like, it's like you can ban it as much as you want, but at the end of the day, people are still
People are
going to want
still
to
gonna
do
do it.
what
Just like
they're going
crack.
to want to do with their
People are
body.
still gonna do it, even if you ban it.
Just like owning guns.
No, you don't
Not
want
going to point out anyone, but
Okay,
there's some good old
different
South
to-
boys.
Wait, did we already talk about guns?
What?
No, not yet, but that's a new episode.
Yeah, new episode.
We're not
There's
gonna
some
get
good
into
old
it yet.
South boys in Greenville, Illinois. I'll tell you what.
You know what
Although
else?
There's too many guns here.
You know what else scares me
How many
about
guns in
abortion?
America?
I'm
For real.
afraid that the person who's carrying it might die also, because you're like cutting off your air and the baby's air. So what if you end up dying with the baby?
You're not cutting off your.
That's what I scare.
Because you're only touching your belly, not your lungs.
Wait, I saw
No,
once
Patrick's
like a
trying to
girl-
do math.
I'm sitting here
So confused.
I'm a
because
bit
I saw
confused
once
about-
like a lady. She stopped breathing. She's like, stop breathing for a second, and then okay,
Yeah, because the
breathe, and
pain's
stop
so
breathing.
excruciating.
And then
It
like
hurts
after
either
a
way.
few of them, the abortion's done, and
Just
I'm
like
afraid like
sex.
what if
Another thing
Yeah,
about abortion is like if you consider abortion murder, what are you gonna think about miscarriages?
miscarriages?
You can't just paint this thing out to be like, oh, if you're
But
if you
miscarriages
kill-
are different than abortions,
Yeah,
though.
I know,
Abortions,
those
you're
are willing.
a
you're
lot-
willing
I know,
to kill
but
it.
that's also-
Miscarriages, you
Is an
didn't
act.
You can't
know
just
it's
say,
not gonna
"Oh,
make it.
abortion is murder," because then people are gonna think, "Oh, miscarriage is manslaughter." Like,
Oh,
I know
man.
people have made that argument before. I've seen it on TikTok. People are
I've-
stupid on there.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
People are gonna say, "Oh." People are gonna say, "Oh, They're gonna say,
Our sign.
"Can y'all stop making the hand signals?" They're gonna say, "Oh, miscarriage is manslaughter." Then,
but
like-
How
miscarriage
do
is
they
an intentional
Yeah,
murder.
and manslaughter is an intentional murder, and you can still get in
Wait,
trouble
what
for that.
is manslaughter? I'm still
Manslaughter is
confused
when
on
you
this.
accidentally kill somebody.
Exactly. That's
Like, let's say
an
you
accident.
accidentally hit somebody with your car.
But how is miscarriage manslaughter
When
if
somebody
they didn't know that it
I'm
was
saying
going
if
to
you
happen?
say, "Oh, abortion is murder,"
somebody accidentally
then
hits
people
the,
are gonna
I
come
don't
to the
think
conclusion
I
that
don't think
manslaughter.
abortion is murder. I just feel like it's a choice. It's a
Okay.
choice I don't like, but it's a choice basically.
miscarriage is can be manslaughter, or if an example is a guy accidentally hits a girl and
I
the
would
belly's so
completely
hard
agree.
that she
Yeah.
gives a miscarriage.
That happens.
That's manslaughter.
A lot.
Yeah. That should be crime worthy.
I'm so confused.
Me too. Make sure just made a hand gesture that none of us got.
Yeah.
If you guys were to listen
we
to
didn't
me
talk
earlier,
about-
y'all would have heard what
We
I was
didn't
trying
talk
to
about
say.
that one. This way, no.
I
We
was
talked
trying
about
to.
the-
I was trying to tell y'all, but y'all were so focused on.
We talked about this one, and this one.
and you're about to get this one.
The viewers can't see us, so I suggest we just don't talk about the hand gestures.
If we get
We're gonna
popular
edit
enough, we'll
this out
explain
later.
everything.
Mm.
We'll explain
Well-
everything.
Is that all?
I mean, we can go into adoption, like we said before.
No, I feel like adoption.
No, we have two major subjects every episode. That's been our thing, right? Because in our
Adoption can be our next major subject and how the system's flawed.
Okay, then what's our
No.
minor subject?
Adoption.
That's what I
Are we
just
gonna
said.
talk about it or not?
Yeah, we're gonna
Are
talk
you-
about
We
adoption.
gotta delete that
Adoption.
whole entire part.
Oh no, we're
that's
deleting
fine. Yeah,
nothing.
we're keeping that.
Unless
keeping
your phone
everything.
A
starts going
podcast,
off,
we
then
keep going because we're cute.
I'm not.
I
so quit
respectfully
capping.
disagree.
If any adult agrees with that, you're going to jail.
You see a picture of
We
me,
just had a
you're
discussion about
going to
pedophilia.
Throw up.
Yeah, I like
So
that. You
don't
should
even look
definitely
up for a
not go watch
picture of
that episode because we messed up a lot.
The
with
thing
the
you
audio.
need to know
We
is
did, and Nick doesn't know how to hold the microphone correctly.
No,
and that's
I do
why it's on the
not.
ground now.
Yeah.
he's not wearing underwear either. That's
Shut
sad.
up! Okay, we're cutting that part out.
We're not cutting
Yes, we
anything.
are.
Can we get back onto the topic of adoption?
Okay.
I
we're
feel
cutting
like
that.
adoption is kind of a what's it say? It's like a win or lose situation.
Win
You either
loss?
end up in a good home or you end up in a bad home.
Yeah, that's why we need.
Or you don't get adopted at all, and then you leave the system and you don't have any money
We need
or
an
anywhere to
adoption
go.
reform.
That's what
Right.
scares me the most. 'cause
Every
little kids
okay,
can easily get
this,
picked up. and
This is
stuff
my
like that
choice.
because of this.
Every gay couple should have to adopt.
They
Why
should be allowed
should
to
they
adopt,
have
but they
to?
shouldn't have to adopt. It's
I
their
would
choice
agree.
to-
I would agree. I would agree.
What?
They're trying to ban gay people from adopting for like freedom of
They're trying to
religion.
ban gay
I-
marriage.
I
They're trying to
disagree.
ban gay
Freedom of
everything.
religion shouldn't like stop
Religion
people
should
from
not
adopting.
dictate.
It
Here-
shouldn't-
here's my
'cause
personal opinion
separation
on
of
it.
church and state.
Yeah.
Right. There should be just definitely a separation between church and state.
If I didn't separate church and state, I'd probably be pro-life.
All right.
But no, I gotta separate it.
So here's my thing. I think homosexuality is a sin, but I've done way worse. But I think all sins are equally the same, and I think I've done way more sins than just be homosexual.
Why do you think
I feel-
homosexuality is a sin?
You've committed homosexuality, Lucas.
No comments.
That's disgusting.
7th grade.
No comments again.
Why do you think
Anyway.
homosexuality? Is,
Grade.
I want to know.
8th grade.
Just
but-
because the Bible
yeah.
says, do not look at a man the same way you would look at as a woman.
I mean, most of the verses that people have picked apart from the Bible.
Yeah, they handpick.
It would be
Like, okay,
a lot of-
doesn't the Bible say not to cut your hair? Ignore that part.
and it says not to hurt your body, like get tattoos
Yep,
or
don't
body
get tattoos.
modifications.
Ignore
And
that
that's
part.
why I think that's why
It also says
I don't
you shouldn't
care.
kill yourself, but people still commit suicide.
and that's why I don't care, you know, about these.
And plus,
There's
I don't
always gonna-
understand. No,
Homosexual.
I don't understand why Christians are trying to prevent people from being gay. Like, okay, if
God
there-
loves
if,
everybody,
No,
first of
if
all.
God really does think homosexuality is a sin and He banishes every gay person in hell, more room for you in heaven.
Literally, like, mind your business. And I feel like a lot of the verses that, like, conservatives have picked apart to make it seem like it's against homosexuality, a lot of them were just pedophilic texts, like, against pedophilia and not homosexuality. But a lot of people have been like, oh, well, it's homosexuality. Let's talk about homosexuality. Like, the one that's like, man shall not lay with boy. Let's talk about pedophilia, not homosexuality. But people have twisted that and mistranslated it to be... Hello? They've mistranslated it to be
You
into
hit me
a
again.
homosexuality verse, but no, it's not. And also, twisting scripture is also a sin, so people who are twisting that verse into making it seem homosexual against
don't know.
homosexuals
Everybody,
That's a
I
are
don't,
straight
sinning.
sin.
I don't know what scriptures are. I've never read the Bible.
I swear. But you know, we're gonna get onto that on another.
We're talking about
episode.
religion in another episode, all
We're
right?
gonna talk
Yeah.
about that different.
Be a different religion.
You know what else
And-
I feel about adoption?
What?
Sometimes I feel like they're just in it for the money
A lot
because
of
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah,
They're
so
just
many
in it for
people.
the
I've
many.
seen many adopted people, who
And
are
I don't get
treated
it.
like crap.
like
just
I
for
don't
money.
understand how you can bring an innocent person into your home
And then
Oh,
treat
easy.
them
and
like
you're
crap.
responsible for that
There's
kid,
something
but
called
you're not doing
psychopaths.
anything for that.
Yeah, we definitely need a better system.
Like
Yeah.
for real, there are
Like,
kids
Because
out
people
here
get
that
lost.
there are kids out here that are
kids.
supposed to be fed, supposed to be clothed, that are supposed to be loved in this one house, and instead they're being
Also,
like
I
starved,
think anyone who has
not
two
being
brain
clothed,
cells-
nothing.
Anyone who has two brain cells can agree that the adoption and foster care system.
It's
Completely
messed up.
broken. Yeah, we need monthly checkups on the foster kids and stuff like that.
And then it's worse for the foster
and they need
kids
more
because
funding. They don't have a lot of funding
Yeah.
compared to other systems
Like we have
in
a
America.
we're gonna have $1 trillion in the army,
And
in a
then there's
couple of
like
years.
there's a lot of money in the police force and other
and
forces
there's
like
barely
that.
anything in. I forgot what
There's
it's
not
called.
a lot.
Yeah.
And,
Oh.
and it makes me
and now they're
upset for the
defunding
kids.
the
I would-
mail system. Like, we did not ask for that.
Definitely defund the mail system.
Why?
Like, why? Because why would you send something over mail when you can send something over text?
But some people
I
don't have
understand
it.
like
No,
sending
no.
gifts.
Not
Okay.
everybody has.
Trump said
Ways
not
to-
if you can protest in person, you can
mail in person.
vote in person. Yeah, but also if you can send social security checks in person, if you can send your driver's license in person, your ID in person. I mean in mail, your social security checks in mail, everything else in mail. Then you can vote by mail if you
And the
want.
mail system helped us a lot
Exactly.
during a pandemic.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
They
Like,
mailed us the
so
checks.
you
Remember World
expect
War
me?
I? The people in the army overseas were allowed to vote by mail.
That's why I say like mailing it helps out a lot. So you mean
Yeah.
to tell me like if somebody lives all the way in Russia and I'm in a whole different country, I'm supposed to walk all the way to them to just say something?
Yeah,
I
do
don't
you
That's
know
what
if I'm
mailing's for.
No.
The army.
But
or
that's
something like
why
that
we
to
have
give more money.
texting and
But
emails.
some people
today.
can't
Send an
text.
ID
You can't
over
Some people
say-
don't have Wi-Fi. Some people
Yeah, you
can't pay
can't.
their
You take a
phone bill.
picture.
It's just like
That's pretty
people don't
classist,
have it like
not gonna
that.
lie.
Yeah, so
That's pretty classist because not everybody is able to afford that.
Exactly.
and that's why we need
Which brings it back to-
needs to
Which
be
also brings
more
it back to our failing
affordability.
economy.
exactly.
And how many people are homeless because they've been out of adoption in the
Right.
system.
I
They
blame
end up
the
being
system.
homeless. So
So
that's
much
just a big
suffering.
contradiction if you want to approve the adoption system but then defund the mail system.
That's
You know the
pretty much-
worst
I don't
part about
get how
adoption?
that's contradicting myself.
I literally... Okay, whatever.
All right, I'm confused.
And you know the worst part about adoption is that the kids are getting taken out on. That's the worst part to me. Like the kids haven't done anything to anybody. All they're doing is just being brought into this home and then they're just being treated like crap for no reason.
Can we talk about ICE next? Because that reminded me of ICE.
All right,
So what is that?
How long?
Like-
20 minutes. We should.
I think we should just end here.
No, we should. We need to stretch these out to 40 minutes.
No.
We're only gonna be sending one a
God,
week. So.
I'm kind of tired. I think we should end it. Matrix, would you like to end?
No.
Matrix doesn't want to end.
All right,
Grace, you want to end?
I end everything. All right, guys, this was Teen Success. Don't take this seriously because we haven't learned anything. I'm here with my co-host.
Matrix.
Lucas.
And Grace, sorry.
My name is Nick. This was Teens Discuss. Don't take us seriously. Goodbye.